Hello fellow space cadets. Today I'm going to be doing a review on my Vendetta supercarrier. It's been something that's been in the works for the past couple months here. This is my first large grid ship, and yeah, I'm going to get started here. So the whole reason part of the reason I built this was to accommodate some decently sized fighters or fighter bombers like the one I'm flying in currently. Another reason is I wanted to demonstrate on what a good carrier would look like, and I have done that to a good degree here actually. First we're going to do a little fly around. This is the rear end of the ship. Got all those engines nicely laid out. I really like it. Again, coming to the front here, I got these two sword-looking things. I think it looks really nice. It's demonstrating what the space pirates mindset could be. Having two sharp objects ready to impale another capital ship before it. And the striping I have on here, yeah, it's more of like maybe a tribal space pirate thing. That's kind of what I was going for. I really like it actually. Alrighty. And for the underside, let me slow down here. It's pretty plain actually. I got some thrusters under there, and there is also another landing pad under here that I will show you. So right there's another one. This is for like a mining ship or something like that. So it doesn't disrupt all the other fighters and fighter bombers in their main hangar bay. So you can put like a little mining ship in here, some type of other industrial ship, for deliveries and such. We have a lot of custom turrets here. These are ones I borrowed off the workshop. I will put them in the links on my video. I didn't really feel like making custom turret myself. It's amongst everything else I was doing, it just took a lot of time. Alrighty, and we do have a side hangar door here. This can fit it can fit this ship fine. Opens up. Gives you a little view of the interior. That's not even the main hangar bay though. The main one is back here, of course. Yes, the reason this ship is not maneuverable, it has it's fully loaded. It's got all the ammo in it and everything. This is my Kosakami Navy issue. Reduced the CPU by 5,000 versus my first iteration of the ship. There we go. Door should be opening. There we go. Let's fly right on in here. Lots of space, Someone commented that, I posted this on, Reddit, that, oh, it's a little too wide, The reason I made this so wide is so it's easier for the drones to fly through. Especially if the ship is moving, it'll be very beneficial for the drones not to run into things. Alright, let me land here. There we go, we're landed. And as you see, given the width, this is supposed to accommodate this ship. I mean, it can accommodate a lot of other ships around the workshop. They're relatively smaller than this one. Yeah, in this hangar bay, you can fit 14 of these guys, which is really neat. These are, this version's anti-capital. This Kosakami, it's funny. So I made a different version of this, reduced the CPU, and by doing so, I actually made missiles that are actually more destructive than a previous iteration while reducing the PCU. But that's besides the point. Alrighty, let's go here. So yeah, nice and wide open. You know, I'm gonna get to this point up here in a little bit. This is like a little Overwatch area, so you can, you know, see how all the other ships are doing and how they're landing or taking off and so forth. Alright. Let me close this door actually. Which one is it? There you go. Door is this closing? Oh, where should I start? Alright, going on here. We're going into the right hangar bay, and the one on the left is pretty much identical as this one. Alrighty. And you can fit about 4 other ships in here. So 1, 2. Let me get my jetpack on real quick. So this is a lot of distance to cover. I wouldn't use it otherwise. So, you know, 3, 4. You got all those guys here. You could fit probably a lot more ships into this carrier, but my worry is that, like, even like before I made this video, it took a long time, you know, for a ship to like load into this world. Like, if I know, so we have our PS4 and 5 bros and our Xbox bros who, you know, they might want to have this ship. Someone already asked me already, you know, if it will be available on the PlayStation, and I have to accommodate for them as well. So I didn't go all out as I wanted to in regards to PCU. Anyway, this is another room here. This is kind of like the main living quarters area, you know. You got pictures for the boys, so, you know. And you got a storage room. It's more like an armory locker here. So, you know, all guns and stuff. Makes it look pretty nice. Closing that up. Alright, coming in here. These is the the sleeping quarters. We got all these beds here, accommodate all the fighter pilots. More down here. And we got a little desk. You know, someone wanted to write a letter to somebody at some point. Anyways, this is also the chow hall. So, you know, everyone will be eating here. Can do the cooking right here. We got this little pipe as a makeshift vent, you know. All this good stuff here. Yeah. Alright, let's close this up here. Yeah, that's it for the living quarters. Alright, now I'm going to take you to the loading dock that I was showing earlier. Here it is. This is the loading dock. You're quite, you know, this is probably my favorite part of the ship for some reason. I don't know why. It just is. I just like the way I kind of did everything. The lighting, you know, the way the floor is and such. It just, how can I say it? It's very comforting. Like, I wouldn't mind working here myself. Yeah. And we got our refineries and all the other good stuff here. Here is just another area where you can just monitor things, and, you know, I made it look all nice and techy with, you know, our programmable blocks and our timer blocks and all this good stuff. Yeah, I really like how I got this room to come out. Alrighty. And this over here is just a thruster room. So you just have a bunch of thrusters going different directions here. I wanted to make as many thrusters as internal as possible, so I just put them all in there. It's nothing impressive. I'm not going to go over it. Oh. Alrighty, let's climb up here. Our next stop is going to be the bridge. Wait. Oh, I forgot to show you this part. This is just a little launch monitoring way, so you can area. You got a little switch here. You can open and close the doors, monitor it. It's pretty neat. We got some lockers there and such. Hang out here, watch the ships come in, and take off or whatever. Oh. There we are. Oh man, this ship's pretty big. I sometimes get lost in it. You can see here. Oh. The bridge. Close this door. And another neat little part here is I put little windows right here, so so you can just take a little peek at the launch way. Alright, and this is the bridge of the ship. In the distance you can see Planet Reach. And that's our star. Yeah, this ship's pretty massive. You look at here and you just see how long this big boy is. And here's another room I have, which is, close the door, little launchway I was going to show you guys earlier. So you can look at all the fighters or fighter bombers, whatever you decide to put in here. You can watch them, and also you can switch to you can open or close the launchway from here as well. And also there's two little sensors here. This is so you can automatically have the doors close after a certain amount. So you launch all the fighters, that door closes after a certain amount of time, and when that door opens on the other side, it flips the sensor, which turns this sensor off. That opens up that door, so all the fighters can land without opening the front launch door. Yeah, that's pretty much it. On back to the main video. Alrighty, let's go up and on the bridge. There we are. Alright, so this is the bridge of my ship. Fairly simple. Looks a little neater when the sun's in a different spot. Let me do that. There we go. Best I can do for right now. And we got all these windows here, so you can get view of the rocks, stars in the distance. And also there's a little restroom down here. Not too impressive, but anyways, let me fly this thing now. That's probably what you guys want to see. Alright, so show you how this guy does. She is a slow girl. I put a ton of gyroscopes and such on here, and this thing is still so slow. Gyroscopes and thrusters. As you can probably see, I got some internal hydrogen thrusters over there. I just wanted to keep the ion thrusters in the open because, well, at least for the back part, because they look a lot better from what I think. Yeah, you see how slow this guy accelerates. It's also got some lift, so I got some thrusters right there. Yeah, she's pretty nice. I really like the ship. Alrighty, so and the maneuverability is not too well. I mean it's quite slow. It's a capital ship. I mean, there's really nothing you can do about it. Keen won't put any better gyroscopes, and that's where a lot of my PCU is coming from. Is it's this bunch of gyroscopes that are in the swords of the capital ship, or my Vendetta capital supercarrier, right here. I put a ton of them right here. I still have some other gyroscopes elsewhere, but I put them mostly right here. And the good news is that I've taken this into some combats, and the turrets would rather target the swords than the main part of the ship, which keeps the fighters safe. which is very good. Increases survivability. I mean, if you're using this and you're being attacked, you're probably using the ship wrong, or you've been ambushed. Alrighty, so that's all there is to my ship. This is the Vendetta supercarrier, and yeah, I made this, you know, space pirate faction needs more cool stuff, and why not add something else? I was thinking, oh, this would be a cool MES, right? But it's gonna crash the server. I mean, there's really nothing you can do. I mean, I was oh, another thing I wanted to tell you guys is that, let me spawn over here. I was testing a lot of putting these bad boys on here, you know, programming them to take off and such, you know, via the AI blocks. And apparently, if you move to a different map, you load a new game, you would have to come back in here and reload the main beacon point of the ship. Like, you have to go into the AI recorder, you know, the first part of the takeoff recorder, and the last part of the landing recorder, and then, you know, flip things around so you can add them, and then you flip them back, and then the recorders are corrected. If you don't do that, your ships are going to be flying right into those walls. Boom! Kapow! And it's going to be havoc, and you're going to be pulling your hair out. So, take my advice, and if you load a new game and you have a bunch of fighters saved up, make sure you fix that. I hope that Keen would figure that out. That confused me, you know, the first time it happened, because I really wanted to get all these fighter bombers programmed, and then, you know, upload a version where you have all the fighters, the fighter bombers able to take off, you know, smoothly, and it'd be a lot more fun for everybody. But unfortunately, the way the game is right now, that doesn't happen, and it's going to be a real hassle if you guys have to go through like 22 fighter bombers and configure them to the respective connectors. That's just way too much work. That's no good. Anyhow, you know, that's it, guys. And actually, you want to see me blow something up? This is pretty cool. I'm gonna blow something up. Look at those girls go. So, essentially, a couple of these bombers can just take out a whole cruiser. You know, one other thing I know you guys want to see is its point defense. Check it out. It's good. It is nice. This thing has a beautiful point defense system. So yeah, it's within 800 meters, it's restricted airspace. You ain't getting close to that thing if you're in a small fighter, especially one that's, you know, going solo. That's how a carrier's point defense should work. And also, this doesn't have any, besides some railguns in the front, you know, you guys all seen railguns. This thing really doesn't have any long-range weapons. No artillery cannons, no assault cannons. Just these bad boys going to work. You did good. Yeah, that's my this is my super carrier. Appreciate you guys if you left some feedback for me. Understand this is my first large grid ship and my first capital ship and my first super carrier and my first so many other things. Yeah, thank you, and you guys have yourself a good day. Toodles.